Welcome. My name is Peter Strong and I am an online psychotherapist, teacher and author. My speciality is mindfulness therapy, a very interesting and very powerful and quite unique approach to working with all forms of emotional suffering, whether it be anxiety, depression, stress, or addictions, including alcohol addiction. Now, I'll give you a little overview of what mindfulness therapy is and also why do mindfulness therapy online. People are using the internet more and more now to seek the help that they are looking for managing emotional problems. Using the interface of Skype, it's possible to have one-on-one sessions with your therapist or teacher, and it's really just as effective as being in an office with a therapist. The prime advantage of online therapy is mostly convenience. It's easier to schedule in a busy workday or when you have children to deal with at home. So convenience is a big factor. Secondly, it's easier to get access to a therapist. For example, if you're living abroad or if you are living in a rural community where the options are limited, then an online therapist can be your best solution. And, as I say, for many people it's just so difficult to leave home. Another advantage of online therapy is the anonymity factor. Many people who are struggling with emotional problems, and particularly with addictions, is that they feel quite embarrassed about their addiction or anxiety or depression. They don't feel they can talk to anyone locally. It's something that they don't necessarily want to share in a group either. Although group therapy is very useful and definitely recommended because you can meet other people who are sharing the same problems that you are facing, and so you have a commonality there that can be very, very beneficial. But nevertheless, when it comes to that personal work where you have to try and resolve the underlying emotional issues that you're struggling with in your addiction, then perhaps the group format is not quite what you need. You need something more. You need to work with a therapist. Now, the style of therapy that I offer, mindfulness therapy, is very different than traditional talk therapy. It's not about talking about your emotions and trying to understand them and analyze them and review your childhood and the history and so on. No, this is quite different. Basically, it's about learning how to form a relationship with your underlying core emotions. You know, the emotions that are driving the addiction. What is it that makes you go to such extreme lengths to get that next hit of alcohol or substance abuse, or what is it that drives you to go out shopping yet again, or to go back to work to do just a bit more work? Work addiction is quite a big problem, goes unrecognized. And of course, another huge area is eating disorders, binge eating. These are all attempts at trying to fulfill an underlying need. But as you know, that need can never be fully met by seeking an external solution. You get a slight moment, a slight hit of happiness, but it's so fleeting, and then it's gone, and then you're left with that emptiness again, and your desperate attempts to try and fill it again. Okay. In mindfulness therapy, we work at two levels, really. First of all is managing the compulsive emotion itself, that terrible neediness, that yearning that drives you to to your addictive behavior. That's one thing, one level. But the other level is, what are the underlying core emotions that are driving the addiction? That sense of emptiness, sense of guilt, sense of unworthiness, whatever it may be, the sense of meaninglessness, the deadness inside. This is what we work with using mindfulness therapy. And mindfulness is simply a very advanced form of awareness, originally taught by the Buddha over 2,000 years ago, that allows you to really, really develop a relationship, a kind of almost a friendship with your inner pain, the things that are driving the addiction. You have to learn to make friends with it, because if you don't, it will never heal. If you fight it, you make it worse. If you ignore it, it persists. The only option left is to make friends with it. And this is different than acceptance. It's not about just saying, oh, there's nothing I can do with it, I have to accept it. No. This is about establishing a real friendship with the thing that you hate most. It's in that relationship that the real transformation that leads to freedom from addiction and freedom and resolution of that underlying neediness and pain, that's where it really happens. So that's just a short introduction to this subject. If you'd like to learn more, please contact me through the website, send an email to me, and let's discuss this further and see if online counseling, online therapy through Skype is appropriate for you. Thank you. I look forward to meeting you.